to the briefing started. Thank you for taking the time.
President Biden there making, in addition to military personnel already fanned out across this country in this fight. Two other points where he made news there a moment ago. He talked about next week they will announce how to make high-quality masks available to Americans for free. In the meantime, though, the president imploring that Americans please, he said, wear the mask, a tight-fitting mask over your nose in this fight against COVID across the country. He also talked about the test kits, saying a website will be up and running in the coming days in order to order that free at-home rapid test kit that the White House promised back in December. They said those would be coming in January. Now, in the coming days, they say there will be a website up and running where you can get a free rapid test kit sent to your home. In addition to those 500 million tests that were already promised, the president there promising another 500 million. That would bring the total to 1 billion rapid test kits free for the American people as we continue to fight this pandemic. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega. Cecilia, the president trying to signal to the country that this fight continues, and now more U.S. military medical help on the way.
And you're hearing what's now in the recent weeks, David, become a recurring refrain from this president saying, quote, we're all frustrated. And America is frustrated as people are seeing their hospital rooms book up again. And it's so bad that the president is now having to deploy these military medical personnel. So we're talking just a little bit of a reality check here, though, in terms of the troops that are being deployed. Look at the numbers that we're looking at in terms of hospitalizations, 20,000 new hospitalizations a day, 1,000 hospitals currently reporting critical staffing shortages. So I think, the administration, in terms of the politics of this, wants to seem as though they are here and ready to help. I think on the ground, you're going to hear a lot of states around this country and hospital officials around this country raising their hand and saying, when is it our turn? Because we're talking about just 1,000 overall troops. This first batch is just going to 6 hospitals. On the masks, the White House is under increasing pressure right now to distribute these important N95 masks to American households around the country. In fact, we saw 2 Democrats publicly from Michigan, members of Congress, send a letter to the White House just yesterday asking President Biden to do more on this front and step in and have these masks, American masks, made and sent to American households. So he's even starting to feel the heat from within his own party. And on testing, we've been talking about this so much because it is so critical. The White House, the president saying today that, yes, they are going to push for this billion number of total at-home free tests to be procured. But the reality is they still haven't procured those first 500 million that they announced last month. They said that they will be starting to go out at some point this month. But here we have been pushing this White House for questions on this, David. They still are finalizing the contracts to have these tests made. And again, you just heard the president say that website they will announce soon, and next week it will be up so that Americans can get on and request those tests. All of this, of course, coming as the president is right now, David, facing his lowest approval ratings when it comes to his handling of the pandemic as we speak.
Cecilia Vega live at the White House on the president here this morning saying additional military medical personnel being sent to a number of hospitals in the country. But as Cecilia points out, the numbers are overwhelming, obviously, but they won't be able to help all of the hospitals that we've been reporting in recent days, and are now declaring at one hospital in particular in California that they're in disaster mode because of just simply the number of people now they're taking into the ICU. We'll continue to cover all of this, the rapid tests, the masks, how they'll become available in the coming days, at least that website next week. A bit later here on ABC News. We'll continue our coverage on ABC News Live, abcnews.com. Regular programming for many of you, that's GMA in the West, and I'll see you back here with the entire team later today for World News Tonight. I'm David Muir in New York. Good day.